to eat it. So, we kind of went viral, 250 million impressions, because I was like, I don't care what the people put on my plate. I'm not going to eat 2 hot dogs, 2 burgers, potato salad, green beans. Like, I'm not eating all that food. But if that's his job and that's what he want to give me, the problem was I accepted what they wanted to give me.
Real life. It ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. You know what time it is.
Real life street stars. You already know what it is. Low vibrational. Tammy with the T. Welcome. It's an honor to have you on the couch. In this city of Dallas, man, we've been doing a lot of stuff with the street stars, and we love the stories where those who come from literally almost nothing and build it up to where it's almost awe-inspiring. Where a lot of people wonder how, why, what cheat code, what the how. And you are a living testimony of walking in faith, and giving all the glory to the Most High. So first and foremost, let me allow you to reintroduce yourself. Tell us where you're from.
Wow. I'm actually from a little country town called Vernon, Texas. I'm a little country girl. I'm not a city girl, but I've been in the city for like 20 years, I would say. But I'm Tammy with the T. Tammy Peterson now, better known as Tammy with the T for real, in real life. I built my brand from ground up. I built my business from ground up. I built myself from ground up. So, what you see is what you get. I changed lives. I help people lose weight, get healthy, make money, and get closer to God everywhere I go. Millions of people, actually.
Now, whenever I heard the name Tammy with the T, I thought you was like, Tasha K Unwind. I thought you was giving like the tea, the gossip. That's what I thought it was. But because I'm thinking like, how else do you become huge? How else do you become successful without being messy? But you actually went the positive route of utilizing tea. And I think, you're a product of you use your own tea as far as to help your life out. So before we get started with your backstory real quick, tell us as far as what is Tammy, what is the tea, what is the actual product that you have?
So when I joined the business, actually when I was homeless and me and my children was just sleeping on the floor, eating noodles, it was teaching, encouraging, advancing. I said, if I help people, if I teach them, I encourage them, and we all advance together, I ain't got no choice but to win. So it was really my vision. It was my mission. And God just so happened to send me a vehicle called Total Life Changes that had cleansing tea. It had detox tea. And people lose 5 pounds fast. And I just so happened to take this tea that I'm actually holding in my hand. I took this tea and I lost 7 pounds out my stomach in 7 days. And I was like, it's work. People tired of spending money on stuff that don't work. And my children's father at the time told me about a woman named Coach Stormy Wellington. Said she made $1 million in 7 months. I'm like, $1 million in 7 months selling what? Tea? What the dang on tea is that? I mean, everybody want that. So I literally started hustling. I literally hustled this tea to make money. I hustled this tea to pay a light bill. I hustled this tea to eat. I hustled this tea for gas. Like I'm really her in real life. I hustled this tea because I knew if it worked for other people, if it worked for me, it worked for other people.
So I'm going to work a little bit backwards, but I also do know you from going viral from, the low vibrational, coining that phrase as far as there's a luncheon, the plate was low vibrational. So let's just start right there real quick because Thanksgiving just passed. And I'm curious, out of all the paper plates and all kind of stuff falling to the side, all kind of whatever, what is low vibrational? What to you in your mind, what is a low vibrational plate? What does low vibrational even mean?
Low vibrational means, like, I knew Coach Stormy's vision. Like, I know her. Like, it's like me and my homegirl sitting at the table. Like, why you got all that food on your plate? It was never about the food, the kind of food, like the shrimp, the chicken, the burger, the hot dog. Oh, man, I had all kind of food on my plate. Potato salad, listen up, baked beans. It was about the amount of food that I had on my plate. You know what I mean? And I'm in the health and wellness industry. I've lost over 74 pounds naturally. I've earned over $3 million in this industry. And at the time, I'm just like, going through. My mom had passed away. Our second mom had passed away. So I had to bury 2 of my moms. And my mom that my mom gave me to, she died. So, like I made, I think 20,000 for that week. And I had to spend like 16,000 of it on my mom's funeral.
Wow.
And so, yeah, thank you. But that hurt me so bad. I'm like, wow, but if I didn't sell tea, if I wasn't in business, like, I don't know what I would do. And so right after that, Coach Stormy had this big time event where people paid $30,000 to go. And I was the speaker, but the chef gave me a hot dog, a hamburger, 2 of them, potato salad, baked beans. I mean, we had all kind of food there. And Coach Stormy was saying, like, that's low vibes. Like, why are you bringing yourself that low? Why are you eating that much? Why do you have that much food on your plate? And as a mentor, as a coach, I'm like, I lead people. So I understood what she was saying. Like, you lost 74 pounds naturally before you got your boob job done. Like, let's keep it real. Like, before I had any type of surgery, I lost weight. And people knew me as that girl that was the transformation girl. You know what I mean? And so I knew my sister. I knew my coach. She was there for me when nobody else was there for me. And I had too much food on my plate.
Can I ask you something? You said you didn't make that plate. The chef made it.
The chef made my plate. But the problem was I accepted it.
Yeah, but I say, with the chef making your plate like that, what do you think was going on in his mind? Like, ooh, she needs some food. Or, ooh, she looks hungry.
I think I'm a superstar everywhere I go.
So,
I'm a superstar.
He hooking you up.
So it's like, I'm going to give her more than enough. Mm-hmm. I don't want her to come back. And so what I told Coach Stormy is like, my mentality was different than hers. I don't have to eat all the food somebody put on my plate.
I felt it.
I don't care if you put bills on my plate, low self-esteem on my plate. I don't care if you disbelief on my plate.
Come on now.
I don't care if whatever you put on my plate, I don't have to accept it. I don't have to eat it. So, we kind of went viral, 250 million impressions, because I was like, I don't care what the people put on my plate. I'm not going to eat 2 hot dogs, 2 burgers, potato salad, green beans. Like, I'm not eating all that food. But if that's his job and that's what he want to give me, the problem was I accepted what they wanted to give me.
So can I just ask you, what were you excited to eat when you had that plate? Like what?
I literally wanted the green beans.
I got you. So listen, I don't care about all this other food, them greens.
I wanted the green beans. Can I be honest? I'm from the country. I wanted the baked beans or the green beans.
Come on, man. Let it mix together.
The baked bean had the meat in it. I was like, oh, this by 4th of July. I'm like, yes, indeed.
Yeah, man, listen, and I feel you 1,000%, but I love what that did for the world because what it made was the plate is just a metaphor and the food on it is a metaphor. Like you just said, I don't have to accept everything that's on it. I don't have to take it all. And even if I want to take a little bit of it, I don't have to be gluttonous and take it all and overindulge. So thank you for starting just even opening up the mindset. What y'all did there, I don't know if y'all knew what y'all were doing, but y'all started something with that.
Big time.
If you don't mind me, because a lot of people don't know your story.
Can I say something before you say about my story?
Please.
That may help a lot of people.
Please.
A lot of people was like, didn't understand that. Like they try to turn me against my business. They try to turn me against my coach. They try to make it seem like I was disrespectful. They try to make it seem like you letting this lady talk to you any kind of way just because she, is your leader in the company and all of that. And I want to set the record straight. Like, I don't know who listening to me, but I will never be disrespected. Like, I serve God. God is my provider. I brag different. Like, Coach Stormy is not my provider. TLC not my provider. Like, my pastor not my provider. God is my provider. But God sent me those people to help me and serve me and show me what I didn't know when I was in a black, dark place. And I did not need all that food. So, if I would have listened to the people on social media in Essence Magazine, I got all kind of interviews after that. If I would have listened to those people, I would have missed out on an opportunity. So I want to just say, you got to be very careful who you listen to when you're in a dark place, because they can lead you astray and make you turn on the wrong people. Some people you need to leave, but some people you need to keep.
For those that ask, though, they say, why was the cameras rolling to have that conversation between Coach Stormy and yourself? Why were the cameras needed for that? What do you say to the people that felt like that didn't need to be televised for the world or put out there for the world?
The cameras was already rolling. We was talking about something else. It was an event. So there's videographers, there's photographers. I mean, there's people that's like, oh my God, there's Tammy. Oh my God, there's Stormy. Oh my God, there's Sheila Monique. And they got their cameras rolling. Just so happened, I came to the conversation with the plate. And the cameras was already rolling. So that's why I was rolling. But it was like, you know, like me and my sister sitting on the couch and they bring me my plate. And it's like, wow, that dang gonna put food on your plate.
Come on now.
Like,
and last question before I get off that, it was, you know, if you have a relationship, and this, I'm going to stick with the black community. You have a relationship. Well, it's just for everybody. If a wife serves her husband a dinner on a styrofoam plate, do you feel anything wrong with that?
I've done both.
Did you have any pushback? Like,
I've been
has
with,
a man complained?
I've been with men that needed the styrofoam plate.
That needed the styrofoam plate.
I've been with men that needed a styrofoam plate, and I've been with men that needed
a nice gourmet China.
China.
Yeah, the black China.
I've been with both.
Okay.
But you know, it just depends on where you are as a woman. And how much you want to give yourself again. Because some women don't even feel like all that. This is like, I don't want to wash no dishes. Ain't none of y'all washing no dishes around here, man. Eat this food, let's go. And then it's that type of woman that say, I want to make sure my man feel like a king. So I've been on all sides of the fence, as my mom used to say.
Yeah, so all y'all shopping in Walmart for them 500 count plastic plates, man, put that down, please. So let's do it like this, Tammy, because I do want to get your story because you have a real testimony, and those may not know it. I know they probably heard it on maybe you talking about it, but on this platform, I really want them to kind of understand where you came from, the struggles you had to kind of overcome to get where you are. It wasn't easy. It wasn't given to you. So can you kind of just start from where you can remember where, like, this, what you living now was the opposite of where you come from? Can you start with that?
Yes.
How far back you want to go?
I would just go back from, you know, my mom died when I was 9 years old. I never knew my dad. I never seen his face.
From what did your mom pass away from?
And she actually had a brain aneurysm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she had a brain aneurysm and went away and it came back. So when they went back into her brain, she died. And I was 9 years old. She actually had red fingernails when I walked in and I grabbed her hand. She took her last breath.
Wow.
Yeah, my mom at 9 years old. So I never had when I first started my cycle, when I first had my child, you know, when I first walked down the aisle, when I was marrying people I wasn't supposed to marry, sleeping around with this one, that one, don't know where we was sleeping at. Listen up. I don't know where y'all from, wow. But like I lived that life. And I was just like, I don't have a mom. I don't have a dad. I don't know my identity. Yeah. And so that started at a young age. And so by the grace of God, I had an aunt that she gave me to, and I had a brother that was 15 years older than me. His name is Aaron Williams. And I got pregnant with my daughter. My daughter will be 20 in March. Yep. And he was like, you need to move to Dallas. You ain't finna be nowhere in that country town. You gonna either be strung out on drugs, or overweight. You ain't gonna be nothing if you stay where you came from.
Who were you staying with after your mom?
I was staying with my mom. Well, my second mom, my Aunt Cisa May. Okay. Yep, I was staying with her. And my brother was like, you need to come to Dallas. Like,
was he already here in Dallas?
He was moved to Dallas. He's the top of the top. Like, he's like the president of the post office now. But he had just started at the post office. Wow. Anything I need mailed, like if y'all need some mail, like my brother, off site, cut. But anyway, my brother was like the top of the post office right now. But when he just got started, he was like, I got a house. I just started my job. Just come here. Don't go there no more. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. The whole family got a testimony, man. Jesus, So
yes,
you come to Dallas. You already have your child, right?
Yes, my daughter, Alana.
Father is there, or her father's there? We
both graduated high school together, and he went to jail immediately after.
Oh man.
Yeah, he was the runaway driver. He was a runaway driver at a casino. Somebody stole the casino money, and he was the runaway driver. He had 7 years. So the first 7 years of my daughter's life, he wasn't there.
Wow. So you come to Dallas. Is it as easy as you expect? Do you hit the ground running, or kind of what happened?
I mean, I went to school. I started being around a popular crowd. Like, we was in a gang. I was like, I'm A1, the best of the best. Like, I started all this.
That's the name of the gang? A1?
A1. I was in a gang, like a real, real gang. And I remember one night I had my daughter, and somebody was cheating on somebody. So we all got in a car. They threw a brick at this lady's house. And I said, I got somebody I got to live for. I said, I believe God has a plan over my life. This was before I'd already gave my life. You know, when we grew up in a Baptist church, you got to get baptized. You got to be a part of the choir and all that. So I was in part of church already, but the relationship with God wasn't there until that night. And we threw a brick in this lady window. And I was like, I got something to live for. I said, you need to take me home.
Oh yeah, you
take me home.
You like Doughboy and Boys in the Hood. Like,
yeah, I was that one. I was like, let me out the car.
Yeah, let me out. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I was like, let me at the car. And they was like, oh, you think you better than us because you got a baby at 17. You better than us. I said, I'm going to show you I'm going to be better than you. Yeah, and I still am. All the people I grew up with, I'm still better than. And I give God glory. It's not about me.
Yeah, I would say your brother probably wouldn't be too happy that you came out here and got in the gang.
Got in a gang.
But that moment right there, you start turning the wheel a little bit. Can you, like, what happens next as far as to lead to your journey where you're at now? Well,
what happened next is that I actually start listening to Pastor Ricky Rush on...
Oh yeah, shout out Ricky Rush. I had so many DVDs. I had a case full. I had a 200 count DVD case working at Singular Wire, or working at Countrywide, listening to nothing but Ricky Rush all day. Thank you, Ricky Rush. You got me through a lot.
Oh man, he got us all through a lot, especially the ones in the hood.
Man.
I mean, what was you doing? What you doing in hell when heaven is all that you need?
Come on, man.
And so I would go to school every day and listen to him on K104. And I was like, my daughter is like 2 months. I'm 17. I'm a little girl. And I'm listening to this pastor. And so you never know who God going to use to drip him on, you know?
Yeah.
And so I said, I want to go to that church one day. And so I end up, long story short, graduating. And I passed by this guy. He had hazel eyes, green eyes, something. He was like this big football player. He was 5'7". He was like 250 pounds. He was like an angel. And I ran by him like this. And I told my homegirl, I was like, it's something about him. I need to know him. Find out, we was like parked right next to each other. And that was my children's father. I had 2 kids by him. And he told me, the first day I met him, he said, you need to go to Ricky Rush Church. Mm-hmm. And I've been a member for 20 years now.
Man, that's a testimony itself, man. Shout out Ricky Rush once again. And shout out the whole iBot community. I have to say, for you said you were I forgot, TEA stood for
teaching, encouraging, advancing.
And that's before
that was before
actual T.
That was before I started the company.
So where does that come from as far as just coming up? And were you calling yourself Tammy with the T at the time, or
no?
Okay.
I just knew that if I would teach people, encourage people, we would advance together. Yeah, but I had a word in me. It's almost like when I was asleep, God would speak to me and he would be like, go help my people.
Wow. Outside of God, who else would you give glory to? The kid's father, the pastor? Because something led you on a path that God put you in front of these certain people or certain things. Who else would you give some of that credit to as far as to get you, again, your mind gearing in a different direction?
My children's father.
Yes.
Definitely. My pastor, Coach Stormy Wellington.
Yes.
I would say Bishop Eli Jacobs. I would not be who I am today if I didn't go to his conferences, if I didn't hear, even his ex-wife poured into me and just showed me that I had a bigger purpose in my life. It's been so many people that God would lead me throughout my path. You know what I mean? That's just said, you got to go help millions of people.
So getting introduced to Coach Stormy, can you take us through that? And like you said, someone told you about it, and did you doubt her at first? Did you doubt how she got her success? Because I think that's the first thing that always comes to mind is doubt when you ever hear this person that made this much. How? Why? What?
Right. So when my ex-husband told me about her, I went and I Googled her on YouTube, and I was like, I don't know about this. But I seen her on stages talking to people. She talking about how she got divorced. She had 3 kids. I'm like, this is just like me. I got 3 kids. I'm divorced. But you made $1 million and I'm broke. I'm homeless and I'm depending on somebody to take care of me. So that's not going to work. So I studied her for like a week and then I reached out. And when she reached back out to me, and she didn't have to, that started my belief.
How was your road to, your success? How was it at first? Was it as easy as, a lot of people make it seem like this stuff is overnight. And even when we do this, people don't know that we're over 10 years in on this. And success didn't come until like year 8, 9. So how quickly did it hit for you? Was it automatic? And if so, why? And if it wasn't automatic, if not, why?
Well, I would say that the first 3 years in this industry, I only earned $25,000 in the back office.
Dang.
Like $25,000 only. My 4th year, I did $1 million. The 5th year, $2 million. 6th year, $3 million. So when I first got started, I was like, I have to find my place. Like, I'm not with the politics of business. I'm not with the politics of network marketing. I prayed and asked God, am I supposed to sell products? Am I supposed to start a business? So it was never about the company. It was about what God led me to do. And he told me, like, I'm going to send you to the top of this company. You're going to make millions and millions of dollars because you're the only one going to give me glory. And it's somebody at the top of that company. It's some CEO, it's some CFO, it's some coach, it's some mentor that ain't giving me glory no more, and you going to do it. And so that I would say that journey was not easy. That journey was very difficult because I had to lose weight. I had to sacrifice. I had to let my kids go back and stay with their grandma and their dad. I had to sacrifice a lot to get where I'm at. And God said, how long are you going to continue to just think that you called to sell tea until you start doing what I called you to do for real?
And thank you for saying that, because a lot of people don't know what sacrifice is. For you, how did you look at that sacrifice? Sending your kids back, saying, what made you say, I have to sacrifice to move to the next level? Because sometimes you have to go through something to get to something.
Yeah.
What made you say that I do have to sacrifice because, or else, we're not going to make it? Because a lot of people won't sacrifice. They say, I can't do that. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to live at the status quo and just barely make it versus kind of going through something worse to get to something better.
Realistically, I went to a meeting and it was this guy on stage and he had made $12,000 for the week. I thought that was a lot of money. And he had made $12,000. That's not a lot of money to me. He made $12,000 for the week. At that time, it was like the lottery. And I went up to him and I said, how can I do this too? And he said, you got to help people. And he was like, can you go to Atlanta? Can you go to LA? Can you go to Miami? Can you go to these different places and do meetings? I said, no, I got children. So I went back home and I looked at my daughter in her eyes and bring me tears to my eyes. And it was just me. You gotta remember, I came from being in a relationship, being at the front of the church, and I'm holier than thou, and I'm running around the church to not even know how to pay a light bill. And I said, I can't leave my daughter here by herself. She was only like 11 years old. And I would leave her at home to go down to Jeannie's Beauty Supply House to sell these products. And the guy asked me if I could go on tour. He was making $12,000 a week. And I said, I can't go. I got children. So I called my children's father, mom, and I said, can you keep my kids for like a year and let me work my business? And I believe God is going to make me a millionaire. And she said, I'm going to keep them. She said, but in 1 year, you got to come get them. And I said, I promise I'm going to come get them. But when I come get them, we're not going to be broke and hungry no more. And it became personal.
Wow. Man, that's a testimony again. Jeez. Man, with that being said, the product itself, and again, thank you for sharing that. The product itself, you are helping people. Mm-hmm. Have you gotten testimonies from people about your product? And what kind of testimonies have you gotten, if you don't mind sharing?
Yes, it was a point where I was like, okay, God, it's not about me, my four no more. I was like, send me people, and I can create some more Tammys. And it's a young lady. I want to shout out just Sheila Monique. She called me and she was like, Tammy, I have a pink notice on my door, but my brother's going to allow me to borrow $1,500. She said, should I purchase the products and start a business, or should I put the $1,500 in my rent so I won't get put out? And I said, purchase the products. She was like, what? I said, purchase the products and trust me. You got to remember, I told Coach Stormy that I had $300 to my name. Should I pay the car note, or should me and my kids sleep in the car, or what? Coach Stormy told me to start a business. So I went and told the next person, start a business with your $1,500. And in 90 days, that girl made $115,000 up underneath my leadership.
Wow. Doing the same thing?
Doing the same thing.
It's not a pyramid scam, is it?
Never. She sold these. I just signed her up with the $1,500. She bought $1,500 worth of products, and she went and sold them, and she went and signed people up, and she was like ignorance on fire, and she made $100,000 in 90 days in 2020.
Did you see that in her before she did it? Like what?
I didn't see it in her because she was like 280 pounds. And I told her at first, I said, you need to focus on your transformation. Like, you need to show people that the product work. Because people tired of spending money on stuff that don't work. Like, ain't nobody about to keep spending money on detoxes and you ain't lose no weight. Like, ain't nobody on that
DJ Khaled.
fake stuff. Sorry.
Yeah.
And so she ended up losing like 84 pounds in 6 months. And then she had $1,500 to her name. I said, start a business. Let's go crazy. Let's do calls. Let's go on tour. Let's call everybody in your phone. And boom, that young lady made 6 figures in 90 days underneath my leadership. And I said, this was never about me. This was about her.
I have to ask, has Ozempic like took you out of the game a little bit? Because that seems like the now new cheat code to losing weight versus...
You know what? I will answer that truthfully. Ozempic ain't took me out of the game. Nothing can take me out of the game. But I will say... I've heard about the Ozempic, and they said if you do not cleanse yourself while you're on the shot, it like do some type of it stops you up or give you some type of
internally.
It give you something where you can't use the bathroom.
I heard that.
And so everybody that's on Ozempic called me and say, "Well, I took the Ozempic shot, but I can't boo boo. So can you give me the tea that tastes like Kool-Aid?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got you." So Ozempic go up, I go up.
Oh yeah, so you work in tandem.
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with people being on Ozempic. I don't honor it. I'm not on it. I wouldn't do it because I think that if something stops you from eating, if you stop doing it, you'll go back to eating. Yeah. But if it stops you from using the bathroom, and I got stuff that make you go, and I've been in relationships with men and women, and they be like, I ain't used the bathroom in a week. That's not healthy. Yeah. You know, our health is our wealth. You know, I wish above all things that you'll prosper and be a good health.
Come on now. Come on. When you get to this kind of wealth, what would you say has been your best personal investment, with making the money? Like, what has been your personal investment that you might have purchased or, invested in?
Buying my children a $1.2 million house.
I know how to do it.
So when I first got my $1 million, I knew I was gonna get married again. And shout out to my husband. I just got married again.
Congratulations.
Thank you. 10 years later. Yeah, 10 years later. I said I'm gonna be a pimp. Like I'm pimping. Like
hey. How long have you been married now? Your new husband? How long?
2 months.
2 months. Oh, just real congratulations. You fresh.
I know for real.
Oh, you got about another 5 months.
No, Jeremy Peterson is like my best friend. And
shout out, Jeremy.
Yeah, my high school sweetheart. And
Oh, he came. Well, he came back?
I met him when I first moved down here. Oh, yeah. But we wasn't like we just had class together. And I used to look at him like he used to be cheating on somebody's paper. I'm like, they cheating and stuff. But after that, we linked up, years after. And then, he was just always there for me throughout my business and throughout my family and with my kids. And he just helped me throughout everything. When I was living in a car and when I was making $60,000 a week, he was there. And so.
You make it sound bad.
No.
$60,000 a week living in a car?
No, when I was sleeping in the car.
Oh, I thought you said at the same time. I'm like, wait a minute.
No, when I was sleeping in the car.
To make it,
when I became who I am today, he just been there. Man, and I just always prayed for. Oh,
yeah, come on now. Hey,
he messed up my interview now. I can't go no more.
How does it feel when someone adds to and not take away from?
This is y'all, that's my husband.
Yeah, he just walked in. See, that's God. What? That is God. Really?
I didn't even know he was here.
Come on, man.
Why y'all didn't lock him out?
Yeah, right.
Now y'all done messed up.
He walks in the moment of.
Now I'm blushing.
But no,
No, for real.
That question is a real question. Like, how important is it to have someone in your life that adds to and not take away from?
It's a beautiful thing. You know, I've always prayed for that, you know, because I'm a giver. And I used to get discouraged from giving. I have my own prayer ministry called Prayer, Sacrifice, Action. And I live my life by that. PSA is the key to all blessings. And I used to be like, Lord, every time I give, it don't work. And I believe God, like the more you give, the more you receive. But the more I gave, the more I was getting taken advantage of. And God told me one day, he said, Tammy, you will never be poor from giving again. And I started speaking it out my mouth, affirmations. I will never be poor from giving again. I will never be poor from giving again. He started sending me friendships, relationships, business-ships, all kind of stuff, all kind of people. Like, I'll never be poor from giving again.
Someone does come across, let's say a PPP loan or something, got some money. What would you tell them to invest in?
Real estate.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Real estate.
Say that one more again, because a lot of people don't, a lot of us, that's like a foreign language to us. We don't understand what that means. So can you break it down for the young lady who's trying to scam Chase Bank and got some money in her account?
Well, I won't promote scamming.
I mean, we don't promote scamming, but you got the money. I mean, you don't know what to do with it.
You got you 20, 30, 40,000. I would say buy you some land. Get you some land. I mean, we own all the land. So get you some land, sit on it for a while. You can either sell your land or you can build on it, sell a home. Say you purchase the land for 40 grand. If you got 40 grand sitting around, 40 grand, and then you build a $300,000 house on the 40 grand. I mean, you sell the house for 400 or 500,000.
Yeah, and you still own the land.
You still own the land, and you still got the money from building the house.
Come on, man. Jeez. Okay, that's good game. And lastly, Tammy, are we still on time?
I'm cool. I mean, it's on you. I'm cool.
Yeah. Once he walked in, I said, hey, it's time to go. I want you to explain as far as for those who are lost, because a lot of us young people are lost out here and don't either turned away from God, shunned them because maybe they lost a parent or they lost a sister or sibling. They're questioning things, and they're out here probably wilding too at the club every night, sleeping with anybody, everybody, just doing whatever. How important is faith, like when it comes to just moving in this world? Not only for you, but for those young ones that's lost out there.
Genuinely, I would say without faith, it's impossible to please God. And no matter if I made money or not, God is my everything. Without him, I wouldn't be nothing. You know, I'm out here. People say I look good, I smell good, I got money, I got Bentleys, I got Benzes, I got houses, I got a tax company, I got health and wellness company, I got everything you can name of real estate. My husband builds homes. Without God, no, ma'am. I would mess it up. I was a mess. Just like the average person was a mess. I worked a job, just like the average person worked a job, you know. But when God has chosen you, not just called you, it's a difference. You can be called, but a few are chosen. And so I realized like I'm really chosen, and faith without works is dead. And if you do not work, if a man don't work, a man don't eat. I mean, if you don't grind, you don't shine. So, you know, that's just where I come from. But I would say, find yourself. Find yourself. You're not called to be in no club every week. I mean, you can have fun. You might want to have you a drink. You might want to have you a blunt. I mean, we all been there. But real deliverance is realizing that person in the mirror need help. That person in the mirror need healing. That person in the mirror don't have no mama, don't have no daddy, sisters all over the place. Like everything all over the place. Your health all over the place. You need mentorship. You need coaching. You need a pastor. You need people. And you need to try love again. You know, never give up on yourself, and just know that where you are, where you start is not where you have to finish. Like, seriously. And I tell you that, like, being a doctor now, like, God has blessed me to get my doctorate degree.
Oh, whoa. Go clap that up. Can we get clap?
Oh, yeah.
Clap that up. Jeez, yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
I mean, Christian leadership in business and the people that I've been able to invest in and help and serve all over the world. I mean, you don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay in that marriage. You don't have to stay in that relationship. Just because you had a child at the age of 16, you don't have to be there. Just because you went through a divorce, you don't have to stay there. Just because you're in the street and a stripper, you don't have to be there. Like, you can be that woman at the well that Jesus will come to and say, hey, let's get you together. Why are you so thirsty? Why are you so needy? Why you need this so bad? Like, why you feel like you need a hug so bad? Why you don't hug yourself? Why you don't provide for yourself? Like, why is it like that? And I'm going to preach on that tomorrow, but I'm just saying, like, God will come to you. You'll be so special to him where he'll say, I love you so much that I gave my only begotten son. And those that believe in me, they shall live forever.
Come on. What you doing tomorrow? Where are you preaching at?
I'm actually going to be at Arbach. I'm going to be here with Bishop.
Okay, heck yeah.
I'm going to be with Bishop and the First Lady. Come on, give them a celebration.
Yeah, celebrate. Yeah. Shout out Bishop.
They're having a women's conference, and I don't know how many women going to be there, but I'll be there, and I'm going to do what I do, and we're going to keep it moving.
I hate to go on the other side of the spectrum, but I have to, because they say a lot of bosses don't get to their position without having to cheat a couple of people, rob a couple of people, do some stuff. What's the most, from your memory, and if we have to go back, let's go. What's the most grimiest, shystiest thing you had to do? Just say, man, I hate I gotta do this, but I gotta do it.
You want the truth?
I want the truth, man. This is real life street stars.
I never had to do no grimy stuff.
Dang,
but guess what?
Houseway?
Guess what? Houseway. People had to do grimy stuff to me. And that woke me up.
The victim.
I said, oh, hell no. I know you ain't gonna play me like I'm small. I've been giving you grace and mercy, but it's the one that endured to the end.
Come on.
I mean, I had people go to the company leaders and go to my coach and say, Tammy did this, and Tammy's not that, and Tammy can't come, and Tammy didn't make $5,000 a week, so she can't come to this event. She can't come to that event. And I said, I'm gonna show her. I'm gonna show him. And so my mental began to get very competitive in the business world, because I started feeling like I know why God put me here. Like, I'm going to help people. So when people start showing me who they are, I believe them the first time. And so I'll show them exactly who I am. And a lot of people don't have access to me today because they showed me who their real true colors were.
It's funny. I just watched a Jamie Foxx special on Netflix. And if y'all haven't seen it, I would tell y'all go watch it. It's not just a comedy special, but it is a real testimony in which he talks about having a stroke and kind of his conversation with God and where he is now. He's just so thankful about the little things. Did you, outside of words of affirmation, do you have conversations like literally with God, like just at times to say, let me stop what I'm doing and let me speak to him and let me just get some dialogue out?
I'll never forget it. I did. I mean, on knees and crying and screaming through my apartment, especially when I didn't have my kids.
Yeah.
God don't play about his kids. He don't play about us. And I don't play about mine. Most people you meet, they don't play about their kids. And when I felt like I lost them, and you got to remember, I don't have a mom or a dad, I got on my knees and I said, Lord, please. I said, if you allow me to help your people, I said, please allow me to be successful so I can give you glory. And he said, just do business and do ministry all at the same time. And that was that time. But I'm talking about real worship, real relationship. Like, I don't care how you look. I don't care what you do for a living. If you seek first the kingdom of heaven, all these other things will be added unto you. And so, but it was the time I was so broken and lost and in and out of relationships and dating people I had no business dating with, sleeping with them, don't know where we were sleeping at. And I just fell to my face and I was just tired, tired of just settling, like it's like a different type of feeling, like when you got to wake up in the morning and depend on somebody putting gas in your car and feeding you. Like, I'll never be that person again. Like, if it's up to you to feed me, that means I give you the power to starve me too.
Oh, come on. Bars. Now, before we get out of here, this is 3 stars, so I would be remiss if I didn't ask you. What if you could have a one-on-one
at this moment, like right now, in a room like this, just talking to him to give him just some advice, what advice would you give Diddy?
Diddy?
Yes.
Oh, Lord. Cut back on the baby oil for I'm just playing. I'm a comedian too. They said if my business ever go down, I can go to comedian. Okay,
Come on now.
So I would tell Diddy, you know, like, it's a few things I would tell him. I would say, you can't change who you used to be. You need to I would tell Diddy he need to forgive himself. I would tell him he needs to take accountability. But I will also tell him don't get caught up in what's going on right now. Like focus on who he can become and who he could become for them children. But what he has done has not been right. We can't accuse him because we don't know, but everybody ain't lying. Everybody ain't lying. And I would tell Diddy, find out why. Like, who hurt you? You know, if Diddy could hear me literally right now, like Tammy with the T would ask you, like, who hurt you? Who did this to you? Because whatever they did to you, you doing to others. Stop it.
Come on.
Just stop it, bro. Like,
that's some real stuff. Man,
you got children. You got so many people, man. You got daughters. You slanging folks out by the elevator and beating up folks. Like, that Cassie lady is somebody's daughter.
Come on.
Like, if it was mine, you wouldn't be in jail. You'd be underground, right? I'd be in jail. Yeah, but I would just say, God loves you, Diddy. He forgives you. And I know the world wouldn't agree because they're so hateful. But Jesus loves you. This I know, for the Bible tells me so.
Come on.
But change your ways. Change your ways. I mean, you over 50 now. And God has a plan for you. So, man, God bless you. And I don't know what may come to you after this, but just accept the will of God and move on. You lived your life.
If you could sneak them some tea in there, what flavor would you get them?
Tropical.
Tropical. There you go. little fruity flavor.
Yeah, fruity, boo. Hey, it tastes like Kool-Aid we grew up on. You like it sweet.
Come on, man. Detox yourself, man.
Need that baby oil. I'm going to get you some baby oil. I'm going to pin it right on front of the baby oil for you.
I'm telling you, man. With that being said, thank you, Tammy. If as far as all the businesses you have, whether tax service, through the T, tell us as far as just about each, I don't know how many businesses you got, but tell us about each one.
Yeah, I have a tax company. My husband runs it. I mean, he's a tax professional. Like, I'm talking about the numbers. So, like, if you go to H&R Block and they tell you you're getting $5,000 back, like, TS Tax Solutions will get you like $8,000 back, like $9,000 back, right?
Come on now.
And so, like, he just knows the numbers. He knows the things that you can do. He has the knowledge. We don't do no scamming, no scheming, no taking from people. We just want to serve our community. We have the solution for you, and that's TS Tax Solutions. We also have TS Construction. We build homes for people. We build very quality homes. $400,000 homes, $300,000 homes, $500,000 home. I mean, whatever home you need, if you have the land, or we can get the land and the loan for you, we will build your home very, very classy. You like marble floors, wood floor, whatever you want. I mean, big closets. We build them for you. I build my home from ground up. So, if he got the eye, I got the eye. And I'm really like, he really do this for real, but I'm just like behind him in support. And of course, we got our health and wellness industry. If you want to make money real fast and get healthy in the new year, everybody trying to get closer to God, everybody trying to get healthy, everybody trying to make money. It's NutriBurst, it's T, it's NRG, it's TLC, it's 1,000 families. That's it. I mean, we're going to do probably like $1 million in the next 4 months because I'm going to help families make at least $50K a month. I'm gonna genuinely help people sell these products, help people. Everybody want to go to the gym. It don't matter if you go to the gym, if you still eating bull crap, you need a detox, and it really works. So that's it.
Yeah, you have to be like an influencer to sell this? Like, as far as what?
I came from nothing. I ain't no influencer. I'll influence myself.
Can you be an introvert and be successful in this?
Yeah. Oh. So let me ask you a question before you end this. What movie did you just tell me about and tell me to go watch?
I wasn't Boys in the Hood.
Is what? Jamie Foxx show.
Did they just pay you for telling me that?
No.
So me and my husband and my son sitting here, we finna go watch Jamie Foxx. You getting a check?
No.
Oh, okay. But it was good to you though, right?
Yeah, and I'm telling a lot of people who's gonna watch this, millions and millions of fans.
Is Jamie Foxx gonna give you a check?
Nah.
Yeah, but guess what?
Good,
I just gave all of y'all samples, and y'all gonna feel good. You're gonna feel lighter. You're gonna use the bathroom, and you're gonna come back, and you're gonna tell other people it worked for you, and they're gonna come either buy the product from you or buy it from me. And
the product speaks for itself.
I ain't gotta do nothing but put it in your stomach.
Blue Magic, which that'll go over your head, but
call it what you want. Diddy, big bag Diddy, pitty.
Yeah. Man, well, with that being said, we normally try to get shout outs, man, for those that got you to the journey. You spoke a lot about them during the interview, but any shout outs you want to give as far as those who got you to this moment right now?
My husband, Jeremy Peterson, I would not be who I am today without him.
Come on.
Pastor Ricky G. Rush.
Come on.
Oh man, 20 years of spiritual leadership saying, Tammy, you're a prophet. You're a prophet of God. You don't let this fool you.
Come
you're
on.
a prophet of God. That's our BLC right there. And Coach Stormy Wellington just saying, you don't have to be broke, running around the church praising God. Ain't got a dime in your pocket, sleeping in a car, kids hungry. You better go get you some millions of dollars, ma'am. Coach Stormy Wellington, Sheila Monique, my team, TLC, my brother for allowing me to sleep on his floor and raising me to that capacity. When my mom died, he took me in, and I would not be who I am without my brother first. And God, my faith in God, just giving me another chance and believing in me and giving me chance after chance after chance and grace. And I don't take his grace for granted. His mercies are new every morning. And I'll forever give you glory because nobody is my provider but God, Jesus Christ. In Jesus' name, amen.
Oh, man, let's go, man. With that being said, Tammy with the T, we will not live in low vibrationals. We will rise above. We have her here on the couch. It's a blessing. Hopefully this is one of many we'll do because, again, you're a living testimony as far as just your day-to-day acts. So thank you so much for everything you do. And I'm sure those watching at home are thanking you as well. And to any of the haters, man, how do you go against God? Come on, man. With that being said, you're on the couch. You are a real life street star. Let go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Wait, hold on. Sit back down real quick.
Okay.
Let me get you holding up the tea real quick.
Shout out Reallyfe street stars, nigga. Moving. Hey.